Good morning, I'm Jacqueline Fernandez, or good afternoon rather. Thank you for joining me at the Alert Center today. Do want to get to a story that we have been following since last night. This is a very sad story. We're talking about Omaha police arresting 6 people in the Omaha metro area, specifically for sex trafficking of minors. So a very sensitive story to have to report today. Now, clearly this is an ongoing investigation, but thankfully we do have these people behind bars, and we do have this website available for you to check out at firstalert6.com. So I want to head over to our website right now and have you take a look at these mugshots. So
one of the privileges of a former president, forgetting that either one of us had ever said any harsh words about the other one in the heat of battle.
And the U.S. Department of Homeland Security arrested 6 people for sex trafficking during a recent investigation. There they are on your screen. On the lower third area here, we do have all of their names and their ages, and they range from 20s to 30s, excuse me, so something to take note of there. Their first names and last names are all being identified. As a web extra, I'll let you tackle that on your own. But these are the 6 people who were arrested for sex trafficking during this recent investigation. Now, initially, police thought they were responding to a theft call. Now, as the theft investigation progressed, investigators uncovered potential sex trafficking of 2 juvenile victims. Over the course of 2 days, investigators located and arrested these 6 suspects. Now, as I mentioned, this is an ongoing investigation. We still have a lot to learn about this story in its entirety. Now, I'm going to leave the mugshots up for you. The reason that I made this a Fernandez Files today is because I feel like this story, not only does it have multiple layers to it, but there are different layers just that are very relatable to all of us in the community, to you, to me, to the greater Omaha area. So, also, I brought this up yesterday here at the Alert Center about Human Trafficking Awareness Month. January just happens to be the month when we're paying attention or taking a closer look rather at human trafficking and what this means in our areas. And I was kind of looking this up, and human trafficking generally takes 2 forms specifically. So the first one is sex trafficking, and the next one is trafficking for free labor. So these are our 2 potentials under the general file when it comes to identifying exactly what human trafficking is. We are in Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Also, happening tomorrow, and this is what I was mentioning yesterday, we do have the Human Trafficking Awareness Month proclamation from the Nebraska Human Trafficking Task Force. So they are giving a proclamation. They are going to be outlining a report, and Attorney General Mike Hilgers will be there, as well as Governor Jim Killen. So ironically, these 2 stories do go hand in hand. Unfortunately, this is happening tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, and hopefully we will have a crew out there covering the latest for you. And I will have more information on that.
Now, I think Jimmy wrote more books than any former president. Once asked if he really enjoyed writing, he replied with that familiar
this is
twinkle in
a
his
story
eye.
that does hit close to home here. I'm actually going to take this full
think
screen
he
again
enjoyed
for
writing for another reason.
These are the 6 people who were arrested.
As an author, he was
As a side note, I do want to take note of the WCA. This is the Women's Center for Advancement. Those of you who know me do know that I volunteer here, so I'm a bit biased in that regard, but in my opinion, they do a great job, okay? So this is their purpose. The WCA assists anyone in the Omaha area who's experiencing domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, or human trafficking, okay? So again, that's that, those are those 2 words, human trafficking, Human Trafficking Awareness Month. If you are just joining us now, these are some community advocates that are available for anyone, male or female. The name is sort of a misnomer. The WCA, Women's Center for Advancement. If you're experiencing domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, or human trafficking, these people in our community will take you in and help you, guide you through the process, and of course, just make sure that you are safe. So that is a big one that I did want to get out in Fernandez Files this afternoon for you, just to say, if you do need help, help is really here in our community. I would know I'm there once a week helping out, so these people do their due diligence and help out where needed. So especially when we're talking about human trafficking, again, those 2 forms, sexual trafficking and trafficking for human labor, and then of course with the sex trafficking story that unfortunately just came out last night. This is a developing story. So these stories warranted a Fernandez Files, and I think that I'm happy to bring these stories to you, for me, for our community. But again, the WCA is just one of several resources in our area area that can really help people
Now,
out a
of
lot.
course,
So
not
I
all
do
of
kind of want to
Jimmy's
switch
time was
gears now.
spent
So
building houses,
you can see,
eradicating
let's take
disease,
a live look
brokering
outside.
ceasefire.
This is from 90th and Dodge, and this is the American flag flying at half staff today. We do know that former President Jimmy Carter's funeral is today. President Biden delivered his eulogy earlier, and we can also head to the web right now and take a live look for you at what exactly is happening.
Georgia
at
wasn't
Carter's
just on
funeral.
Jimmy's
So
mind,
right now
it was in
you do
his blood.
see you know,
However
all
far
the
he
main players
traveled, he
in
never
front line there. You have
forgot where he came
President
home
Joe
to,
Biden, his wife, Vice President
or
Kamala
where
Harris, her
now,
husband,
in the
first
end,
gentleman, second
he will
gentleman,
finally
excuse me.
come home to.
And looks like the camera's moving along, but we did see a bunch of former United States presidents, and you saw President-elect Trump sitting there with
Jimmy and I
Melania
had in
as
common.
well. So a story we are
The most
keeping a close eye on
important
for you
is this.
here as well.
We
I
both
did
married
find this
way
very
above
cool nugget,
ourselves.
and this is thanks to our assignment editor,
Way
Kevin. So
above.
Kevin, thank you so
With
much
Jimmy,
for all you
every
do.
step of the way was his
He's got a
first
mouthful
lady
right
from
now,
Plant.
enjoying his lunch.
Rich
But
with
this is
blessings.
our local
None was
connection.
great.
So I thought this was pretty cool. Kevin somehow managed to dig through the archives and find this file. So who is that guy in the middle there, right? So this is former President Jimmy Carter. So this is when he was in our area. So he visited Nebraska several times, actually, during his presidency and post-presidency. This photo is June 1980. This was when Carter visited Grand Island and visited the tornado damage there. You can see the trees without any leaves, the you know, destroyed houses right at the top of your screen there, where we do have that live bug on the left side of the screen. So unfortunately, even back then, our area was no stranger to these severe weather situations. So that is the picture. You can see he's seen giving a hug to a little girl who survived that tornado there. So a very sweet photo. And again, a local connection that we do have to former President Carter here. I'm also told in 1987, so this is 6 years after he was president, he traveled to Omaha for a lecture and a few other events at Creighton University, and he said he was enjoying being out in public office for the 4 years he spent at the White House. Those were the best years of his life, he's quoted as saying, and he was also presented an honorary Doctor of Laws degree for his work in human rights and peace. So that is another just local tidbit for you here as part of our Fernandez Files this afternoon. And did also want to get to the weather, right? I mean, these first few weeks of January in Omaha, in my opinion, they're just kind of miserable. So what do we have in store? Perhaps a warm up. Let's find out. So let's take a live look outside here before we get a little too excited. So here's a live look from our Blackstone camera. Taking a look at the downtown area. My goodness, it's pretty gray out there today, but there is another shot here that I want to show you where the sun is at least trying to poke out a little bit. This is from our First National camera. So take a look at the sun, right? It looks like there's a lot of clouds the sun has to contend with this afternoon, and that's what Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord tells us. So for today, Thursday, he says cloudy with a 60% chance of snow showers after 2 p.m. So a couple hours from now, we may see some snow showers out there. He's anticipating if we do see snow, about a ½ an inch possible. The wind is coming back in Omaha, unfortunately. Breezy late, a high of 33. So that's actually not as bad as it's been out there, right? So keep that in mind when you're all bundled up. It was a lot worse yesterday. Okay, tonight, Rusty anticipates cloudy with a 30% chance of flurries, a low of 23. Then as we gear up for Friday here, a 30% chance of flurries, breezy and cloudy with a high of 30. Also want to see if I can show you another look here. Okay, let's head to our Children's Nebraska cam. So as we look forward to Friday and the weekend, Rusty anticipates increasing clouds on the weekend, so that skyline we're looking at not far from the truth. It's what we've been seeing out there. It's what we're seeing out there live, clearly. A 30% chance of evening snow showers and a high of 33. So still a bit, you know, kind of cloudy out there and cold, but again, not as bad as what we've seen. And, you know, we are in January, so the first 3 weeks of January, not the best weather-wise, right? Come on, spring. But before we do go, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me at the Alert Center today to talk about the Fernandez files and just some fun tidbits that I threw in there that I think have a large effect on our community and the people who live and work here. So thank you for joining me on that. Also, do want to just take note in general, you can find all the latest stories, including this developing story we're working on today, on our website. That is firstalert6.com.
But my grandfather certainly
I'm going to refresh
can.
this grid for you just in case.
From
and
the
as
moment
you can see,
that he woke
this
up
is our homepage. This is our top
until he
story
laid
right now
his
on our
head,
website, and this
his
is
life was a
story that we were
testament
covering in Fernandez
to the
Files.
goodness
6
of
suspects to
God.
appear in court in connection to sex
And I
trafficking
thank all of you
in
for
the
being
Omaha
here to
area,
celebrate
discussed
this
at a
life.
hotel. Again, you can click on this story. I'll leave
To
that
the
as a web
presidents and
extra
first
for you if you'd like to
ladies,
see the mugshots.
it is a
of the
great
6
honor to
people
have you
who
here.
police recently arrested.
You know the human
Now,
side
until
of the
then,
American
again, thank you so
president.
much for joining us for Fernandez Files, and make sure you stay tuned for the latest and greatest for our broadcast at 3 o'clock with Dave Zavolinsky. Until then, bundle up out there, and we'll see you.